like, what's happening here? Is there dodgy transfer situations? Was it?
I worked very hard to build my team, and then Stone started stealing my teammates. Doom was originally on my team. Anderzel took him, man.
So how did you swing this then? Is this, mind games? What's going on?
It was some hard negotiations and some good work, but we managed to get level cap as well from them. Good asset, breaking up the squads with Jack Frags and all those guys. Managed to at least get level cap, and that definitely helped our squad out as well.
You had a couple of British players on your team, right? Did they make a difference for you? Jack? I mean, we know Jack's an amazing Battlefield player.
Jack's a good player. I think he was on your team, though, Neebs. Yeah, but we had a lot of foreign guys on our team, but relative to U.S., I guess. But no, they're excellent players as well. Communication's a little bit more difficult with the Spanish-talking people, but
Did you resort to hand signals? I mean, what's going on there?
Yeah, I mean, I was flailing my arms around a bit. But,
All right, good. So tell me about some of the highlights from the matches for you. What's some of the key moments for you?
Probably, I hope it was shown, because there was a moment when Stone Mountain rolls up and when there's mini tanks, and it's just me and my anti-tank gun, so I drop down and shoot him. Do you remember that moment?
I do remember it. I was in my tank. I was like, who is shooting me? And then Neebs kills me, and he's jumping around, and it was super disheartening. But that's when I got you back shortly later. I came back to that same spot, rolled up in a tank, another tank. You were in one at that time, and I got you back.
Yeah, it's even.
No, one of the amazing things is, I mean, these big airships coming in.
Yeah.
What difference did that make to the matches, and how do you need to leverage that airship when it comes in?
Well, I think you have to get used to the airship. I'm a little lost on it yet, because when I get in, I'm driving. I'm just like, wow, I'm driving. I'm not really thinking about dropping bombs yet. It's because it's so new, but it's a game changer if you know how to use it. You got to steer it in the right areas, give your gunners a clear shot at the objective, so it could turn the game around for you.
Destruction, we know, is like a really key part of the Battlefield experience. It looks better than ever in Battlefield 1, right? Did you see that? Did that play into your tactics, is destruction in the Battlefield?
Yeah, I mean, the destruction overall, and even going back to that Zeppelin, when that thing comes in halfway through and it is dropping bombs down, it can completely level windmills, buildings, and if they still have that thing up, you got to focus it down quickly. And if Neebs is piloting, maybe you're not as dangerous, but...
One of the other highlights we saw as well is this bayonet charge. Were you on the end of any of them? Did you see any of them?
Well, I have a special use for the bayonet charge. People shoot at me a lot. I bayonet charge to get away from people. You run faster, it's a great escape strategy.
Yeah. You're bayoneting the other way.
Yeah, towards cover. Towards cover.
That sounds like quite good. Any other, cowardly tactics like that yourself?
I mean, that's a good tip, man. That's a good tip. I didn't even think of that. Just stay down, stay out of the way of tanks, and blow them up. Go after the vehicles, go after those air vehicles whenever they come at you.
Those anti-tank grenade stacks, pretty impressive as well, right?
They're awesome looking. You've got this stick with all these grenades attached right to it. Chuck it at the tanks, and then you've got this bipod missile launcher you can drop out, and it's effective at taking them out. It's just a matter of shooting them. Same thing with even your regular rifles do extremely strong work to the actual air vehicles. You shoot those wings, it actually does a good amount of damage to them. So if they're flying overhead and you manage to get a couple of shots onto the air vehicle's wings, it'll take it out, and then it becomes more difficult to pilot. I'm sure those guys were talking about it up top, but
amazing. Sorry, we just did a little shimmy over there. I don't know if you noticed. It was very seamless. But this is the thing, right? Some of there's these new weapons that were new in the world in World War I, but the technology isn't what we know it now, right? So you're still dealing with some pretty rickety vehicles, and that changes things, right?
I mean, a little bit. The tanks, I think the tanks are a little slower, but I don't know the name of all the vehicles yet, but like those trucks, man, you can get around quick, and you got a gun on top of that. They feel good. They don't feel like they're obsolete. They feel like powerful weapons, and I like them.
What was the best weapon you used during the games there?
I think the land ship is that the big tank with the treads, and that's my favorite. Well, the small tank is really good. You were using that one.
That small, the small light tank was really strong. Heavy. That was the land ship you were talking about. That thing's powerful. In terms of weapons, I really like the SMGs. Super fast fire rate. They could really tear people apart. And to your point, I mean, it looks like it's old, but you really feel powerful. And when you have the headphones on, those explosions are going off, you're shooting the sound effects. It's really heavy, man, and it feels good.
All right, fantastic. Well, thank you very much. Congratulations to you, Stone Mountain. I'd give you an award, a trophy, but I've got nothing, mate. So just pride, okay? Take that away with you. You'll always have that. Thanks, gents. I really appreciate it. It's been an absolute pleasure to be here representing Xbox and supporting Battlefield 1, the very first live gameplay of Battlefield 1. And don't forget, you'll be able to play it first exclusively on Xbox One with EA Access. We are signing off. It is just the start of E3 week, and it's been a pleasure. So thank you for joining us, gents. Thank you. And we're out. See you later.
Oh, that was that interview took way longer than I wanted that interview to take. That was a really boring interview, but you know, I guess Battlefield was okay. I think they played too many games of Battlefield. I know it's a good game, but you know, watching 3 games of the same thing is a little bit. I like the fog effect. The fog effect is really cool. Richard Allenson.